What's up, everybody? It's your Daily Crypto News. My name is Matt. It is St. Patty's Day. It's March 17th, 2026. So I hope you're outside. Some St. Patty's Day parade, some green beer. Nah, no green beer. Why is it green? That's stupid. Just drink normal beer. Or Guinness and a shot of JMO. Or, even better, don't drink. Save your money, save your liver, and stack sats. Let's get into today's news. Speaking of stacking sats, Bitcoin is consolidating after briefly surging past around 75K. It's now trading around 73. Actually, I don't know what it's trading at. We're going to look at that in a little bit. But what happened was derivatives were running shorts, and that drove the rally. But we have overbought signals. That means a high RSI. We see potential pullbacks to 72, maybe even lower. And if we go lower and out of 70s, that means 60s is next. Yes, that's how numbers work. But what that means is we're going to be trending down again. We need to stay above 72 and we need to go to 84. And if we don't, then, you know, the perma bears like Jason are going to win. How you doing? Shout out Jason. Ethereum and select altcoins outperformed modestly, with Ethereum rebounding to around 2,300. Also, XRP surged as well. And Eric Voorhees is all in on Ethereum, allegedly. And Michael Saylor is also, no, not Ethereum, but he is bullish on Bitcoin and he's buying more. We'll get into that in a little bit. Let's talk about some regulatory and oversight developments. Argentina's Buenos Aires court ordered a nationwide block of Polymarket. We know Polymarket is a prediction market platform, and they're directing ISPs to restrict access to the app stores, and to remove restricted apps over unauthorized gambling concerns. This is adding to global restrictions and talks all around the globe about what you're able to bet on, how these things work, and regulations over predictions and gambling. And, well, they're actually good questions. What do you think? Leave me a comment in Spotify. South Korea police is drafting new guidelines for seizing privacy coins amid custody issues, planning to select a private sector provider to custody these coins. Vietnam is advancing crypto exchange licensing, 5 firms competing for the first approvals, with planned curbs on overseas trading. Basically, they're saying, hey, let's get our exchanges on our shores and stop people using overseas accounts where we're not making money. We want to make this money. And US Bitcoin ETFs are strong inflows run. They are 3 consecutive weeks of over $1 billion combined in some reports, reinforcing institutional demands despite macro uncertainty. Let's talk about some institutional and corporate moves. MasterCard agreed to acquire stablecoin platform BVNX for up to $1.8 billion. I never heard of the damn company before. I don't know why. Maybe, am I missing something? Am I missing that a unicorn has just slipped under the radar and I haven't reported on it once on this show? Maybe. It's aiming to bridge fiat and crypto payments. So isn't that backed? Isn't that what backed was supposed to do? And why is MasterCard buying another platform when there's backed out there that I already thought partnered with somebody? Anyway, $1.8 billion. I gotta just make something and say it says it does something, and then they list on an IPO, and then the number drops, and I become a billionaire. If anybody wants to become a billionaire with me, just reach out. We'll do something. PayPal expanded its PYUSD stablecoin to another 70 additional markets beyond the United States and the UK, focusing on cheaper cross-border transfers, faster settlements, and merchant rewards. As we see, there's a huge surge in stablecoins. USDC, has been all the rage over in the Middle East because of the Iran-US-Israel conflict. And, well, people are trying to figure out how to send money cheaply, efficiently, safely around the world because there's issues. PYUSD is looking at this saying, like, why aren't we wetting our beaks? It looks like. Ripple is pushing to expand into Brazil with custody payments, brokerage, and tokenized services, planning central bank regulatory applications. Strategy, as we said earlier, they added about $1.6 billion in Bitcoin, pushing holdings over 761,000 Bitcoin, outpacing new supply significantly, meaning they're buying more than we are mining. And that's going to be the case. From this point on, it's going to be very easy to have more buys than new Bitcoin mined. Very easy for the next long time. And BlackRock's new iShares staked Ethereum trust highlighted for delivering staking yield and rewards to investors. And I guess that's why everybody's bullish on, that's another reason why everybody's bullish on Ethereum right now. Some other notable stories: Vitalik Buterin is advocating for merging Ethereum software components to simplify node operations for validators. There's a man alleging his wife stole $172 million in Bitcoin by secretly recording and taking his seed phrase. First, how much money do you have to have that you just have $172 million laying around? Did you start with what, 250 maybe, and start cashing it out and said, hey, you know what, we're rich as hell? Second of all, that sucks. And third, I've always wondered this because Satoshi's Bitcoin's out there. It's, you know, over 1 million Bitcoin. It's a lot of money. If somebody found out by just chance, obviously, and this is like winning the lottery times 100, but Satoshi's seed phrase and got access to those coins, would they be your coins? I mean, do you have to actually prove that you seeded that wallet? Because having the private key is proof of ownership of Bitcoin. And so this is another thing, like if you have the seed phrase, it's the proof of ownership of Bitcoin. But in this case, it's obvious that a man could say that he stole it. So anyway, I don't know where I'm going with this. All I'm trying to say is I always wondered, like, if you happen to get Satoshi's wallet and had the seed phrase, is it your Bitcoin, or would everybody argue? And then if you can't find Satoshi, what would you do? Just lock the wallet and then it stays there forever? But anyway, what do you guys think? Again, comments. And AI privacy coins are leading some of the altcoin rallies. Zcash is up sharply, and Polymesh is also amongst big gainers. Let's take a look at those prices. Bitcoin is sitting at 73,780. Ethereum is at 2,330, excuse me. XRP is at $1.50. BNB is at 666. Yee! Uh-oh. Can you go up $1, please? Yeah, superstitions, right? Solana is at 93.92. Tron is at 30.3 cents. Dogecoin is at 9.8 cents, and Hyperliquid is now in the number 10 spot at $40.55. Where's my boy? Litecoin is just horrible at number 21 at $57.70. I will never forgive Charlie Lee for being a complete C word. I'm not going to say it because I don't know if you have kids in the car and they'll ask you about that, and you can say it's cookies or something. Total market cap is sitting at $2.52 trillion, and RSI is leaning toward the overbought, but we're not there yet. That's our show. My name is Matt. We'll see you tomorrow. Peace. Oh, happy hodling, everyone.